Let me. So I'm probably just hit the microphone then. Ignore. Sorry about that. Right. So if I share screen and share that, then hopefully people can see some Welsh jigs there. I might be able to make it a fraction bigger. Let's have a look. Right. That would seem to just about get the whole thing on. Can people see 3 tunes there?
Chords and all.
Chords and all, yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Just. Right, so let me find. So let me just stop that again for a minute and check on a few things. Right, original sound is on. You are being recorded. I need my participants list. We have 11 participants. I'll share that again. Right, so I can have a set of people to see there. So unless anybody wants to say anything urgently, we'll play a few tunes initially. Yeah, okay. All right, everybody is being muted. So the first one is Ap Shenkin, son of Jenkin, and then Monmouth Assembly, which is a tune I rather like, and then this slightly odd Hunting the Hare one. So I think we did them last time. So let's apologies to anybody who wasn't here last time. We won't go too fast, but let's try and play through the whole page as written. So just playing each tune once with its repeats as written. Right, so to set the pace, you're going to get the last 2 bars of the A part of Ap Shenkin. Interestingly, I heard for the Cenotaph Memorial thing, I think I came in and I think they were playing all sorts of marches, etc. And I think one of them was this. Played fairly slowly for marching to left, right, left, right. But anyway, so here's the last 2 bars, and then in from the beginning. Chase. change. That was a steady pace march appropriate for Armistice Sunday.
I think the fox would escape at that speed.
Yes, yes, indeed. We're going to do it faster. Before we do, are there any bits that people are having particular difficulty with that they would like us to go over again? Because I'm conscious that in a real session whoever's leading can hear things going wrong and say we need to redo that bit again, but at the moment I can't hear anybody. No, I mean Monmouth Assembly has got more notes, seems to have sort of more notes to the bar than the others. Harder to get in a couple of places, but okay, let's just take it again a bit faster, and then perhaps again a bit faster still, so we can see. So a little bit faster. Chase. So let me just at that point for the moment stop sharing and unmute everybody so I can say hello and see if anyone else has appeared. Not at the moment. So will people keeping up all right at that speed?
Yeah.
Not on the Monmouth Assembly.
Yeah, Monmouth Assembly gets borderline at that speed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we'll break it now. We'll try the thing a bit faster. The first and last tunes will be all right, I think, and Monmouth Assembly will probably fall apart. But that's the nature of of life. Right, so how fast can we do? Must be that sort of speed, not much faster than that, or it definitely will fall apart. Right, okay, so same intro. Yes, I think that was probably a bit too fast, really. It's the right speed for hunting the hare. I think we've probably caught the hare just about.
Nearly, yeah. Yeah, I just find the second line of the Monmouth Assembly, the sort of the second half of that second line is where I struggle, just because I'm not familiar with the tune, I think, really.
Yeah. It's a lovely
Yes.
tune. I
It
really
is
like
nice,
Monmouth
yes.
Assembly as a
I
tune.
sort of know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just sort of, my mind goes blank at that very moment, and
Yes.
I do what I think it ought to be, which is different.
Yes.
What I find really amusing is that if I do go wrong in that bit, the Zoom notification that I'm muted comes right over the bit of music I need to read.
Yes, that can be a problem, certainly. Right, so let's just do Monmouth. Let's do the second half of Monmouth Assembly again, just to try and get it into our fingers a bit better. So just starting with the second bar, the second time bar at the end of the A part of Monmouth Assembly, and then just play through through the beat, just playing through the beat part basically. Should we do the same thing again? And again. Right, that's got it in the fingers. So let's just do the whole thing at about that speed. So perhaps slightly slower than we did the last time through, and try and get the whole thing right. So intro of last 2 bars of a part of Apshenkin coming up. Ah, rubbish. Let me do that intro again and then carry on. Yeah, I'm losing it now. Right, and again. So, stop sharing, unmute everybody. That worked. Ask all to unmute, yes. So that got people's fingers working, which is where we ought to have done our finger warming exercises first, really. Yes, they've grown on me, those tunes. And I say I particularly like Monmouth Assembly. Sufficiently so that I've offered to lead it for WCCP next Sunday.
Ooh.
On their Zoom session. Right, so moving on, the next thing on the list was Carol's Waltz. If we go back to that again, we've got the original thing that I don't know who set it originally, whether it was Barber's one or one that John had done. I've squidged it a bit to fit it on the screen like that. The original thing was 4 systems, each of 8 bars. I've left the first system as being 8 bars, so the first sort of phrase is the first system, but then I've squidged the next three systems into 2 to make it fit. So what I propose with this is that initially we play just the top line through a couple of times, but then I think it's worth I'll play, or try and play anyway, the red line by itself and then the green line by itself, and then so you can either play along with me or play the other ones against it, and then we do have pre-prepared multi-part automated renditions that we can try as well, but I think it's quite interesting just to play against a single instrument. So initially, let me mute everybody. So this is just to remind you. Etc. Yes. I don't have to worry about the grace notes too much. So a little bit slower than that, but we've done it a few times. It's not a particularly difficult tune, so I'm not going to go very slowly for this. So here's the last 4 bars just to set the pace, and then in from the beginning. So, right, so that's the black notes. I apologise for my mistakes with the grace notes. For some reason I don't think I was playing them earlier and my fingers don't know them right. So I'm now going to play the red notes, hopefully, and we'll see what happens, including the rests. Yes, I think we still need this. I'll play the black note, same 4 bars of black notes as intro, but then come in with the red. One, two, three, 2, 2, 3. So I'll just unmute people for a moment just to ask a question. So is that all right? Who was playing along with me and who was playing the top line?
Well, I was playing the top line and putting chords with it.
Likewise.
Yeah.
But it was quite hard to follow because of the gaps that you have to have. Obviously, in that part, there are some rest bits, and so It was a bit hard to follow.
Yes,
actually.
I did count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3 for that.
Yeah, I heard that.
The
Yeah.
first time. Right. So this time I'll play the teal coloured notes. Technically, I think the greeny blue ones.
I must be colourblind or something. They're not very teal on mine.
No, that's
Or very red, actually.
not very red either. No.
Oh, sorry.
I chose fairly dark colours.
What colour is the bottom line as a matter of interest?
Navy.
Well, that's nearly black, isn't it? So,
It is, yes. But I intentionally chose. There are only there are 16 named safe web colours that will work in almost any web browser or anything else, and this is using 4 of those. The darker 4 basically. They're not the most distinctive, but you can see that they're the black notes, the red notes, the green notes, and the blue notes, so to speak. Right, so this time I'll try the green notes if I mute everybody. So you can try playing along with me or against me as you wish. So same intro, I think, and then oops. Right, and I'm not going to play the navy ones. I think you should be able to manage those by yourself if you wish. So suggestion now. Hang on, I've got a couple of things in chat. Oh, that's Anne disappearing for her injection. If I just stop sharing and I find, let me see if I can find the right things. Carol's waltz. Let me just see what speed we want. Well, that's interesting. I've got no sound output. Just like pause. The microphone I'm using has a monitor channel on it, and hence it has a habit of seizing. Yes, it does indeed, precisely that. Right, that's better. So that's 120. Let me just try let's try the 135. See if that's a bit too fast. No, I think that will do. Right, so we're doing out of a choice of 100, 120 and 135. I think I'm going to go for the 135. So let me get rid of that. lost me. Share button, share screen, share sound, music and groove. Oops. Right, so let's need to move that down to there for the moment. Put that back to the beginning. I can't remember whether this has an intro. I'm just going to let it play for a minute to see what it does at the beginning. Yes, it has an intro. Right, okay, so that's what you're going to get. You get 4 bars or whatever as intro, and then you come in from the beginning. Right, mute everybody. Right, so I'm just going to press the button. Did that work? Could you hear all 4 parts? Yeah, you're unmuted, so you could speak.
Yes.
Yes, it's there are pros and cons to having the computer play it.
Yeah, it's pretty cheesy, isn't it, really? But
it's good discipline in keeping strictly to time, but equally it doesn't let you put much expression into it. But it is helpful to hear the other parts. So what would people like on this one? Do you want to do that again, or have me play something, or somebody else play a version?
Do it again, I think.
Do it again from the recording. Yeah. Okay. Coming up. Right, so mute everybody. There. Sound back to the thing. 4 bars intro. so I played the bottom line, the navy coloured notes to that, which involves counting rests again. But so that's Carol's Waltz. We could do more on it, but I think we could probably move on to something else. It would be nice to hear us all playing it together in one physical environment, certainly. But anybody particularly want to? Let me unmute people. Anybody particularly want to do it again now?
No.
No. Right. So the next one is Tumbalalaika, which is a bit more of a challenge, particularly the not the top line but the other lines. So maybe we could try and do the same sort of thing to that. So if we go Carol's Waltz, make Tumbalalaika. So this is a bit small because it covers 2 pages. That's the best I can do on the screen, I think. I might be able to make it fractionally bigger. Hold on a minute. I can actually. If I do that, then it's not. It goes off the. No, I can't get the whole thing on at that size. So that's the best I can do, really. You have, of course, all printed them out and have them handy in full A4 size to work with. Right, so I'll mute everybody. Right, so I'll just initially play through the black notes a couple of times. You can either play with me or you could choose one of the other ones if you really want. But just to get the tune in our head again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so you're getting 4 bars and a note. Right, so let's have a go at doing. I'm just going to find some real music to see if it's getting any bigger here. Could be interesting. It actually helps. Right, this could be. Right, so I'm going to try and play the red notes, which are considerably more challenging than the black notes. So we'll have a go and see. If I fail, I might ask somebody else to do it. So last four bars and a note again, black notes as intro, and then playing the red notes. Ah, rubbish. Yeah, so I went wrong from the end of the... So from the last bar of the first line. Yeah, rubbish. Yes, I don't feel I did that at all justice. I think if we're going to do that, we need to take particularly the bottom of the first page, the second half of the first page, rather more slowly at that speed. So should we just do that actually? So still playing the red notes. I'm going to slow it down considerably. Right, so that sort of speed. So one bar intro and then into the third system. Don't know why there's a natural there that I was reading as a sharp. It'll be easier without the natural in its place. I wasn't very impressed with my playing of that. Does anybody feel that they know that second line well enough to do just what I did but do it better? No. All right. Right. So let's try an automated version at about that speed or no faster, and let's all have a go at playing that the red notes if we can, because they're nice but challenging. So let me just, I've got to stop sharing a minute. If you feel I'm taking us off piste and we ought to be doing something else, please do let me know, but for the moment I'll just carry on until I'm told to do otherwise. So we want to close that. I want to find me tunes to Balalaika. So I have it at 100, 120 and 140. Is 100 really too? Yeah, right. I think for the first time through the red notes at a steady pace, let's just try that, and then we'll go faster afterwards. Share screen, share music, and Wibble. Participants need to go somewhere else. That needs to go there. Right. So everybody's muted. I can't remember whether this has an intro or not now, but yeah, I think it does. So I'll just press the button and see what happens. This is the intro. Now.
You're muted, Paul.
Yeah, I'm unmuted now. I more or less played all the notes at that speed, but it was only more or less. Shall we do it once more at that speed and then try it again faster? Yeah. Nobody says otherwise. All right, so once more like that. Right. Yeah, so hopefully now people have got their hands a bit round the red notes. The green notes are actually, I think, easier, a bit easier. So so here's I'll just play through the green notes a little bit faster than that, but not a lot. Intro of black notes. So stop sharing and unmute people a bit. So were people playing along with the green notes there? Yeah, no, there was shaking of heads
in places.
I stuck with the red notes, and I like the tune for the red notes.
Yes.
And it matched in quite well.
Yeah, yes, I think it
As
does.
you'd expect with Paul Barrett, of course.
Yeah, that's right. But it's interesting the way that he's put all the interest in the other parts. I mean, the tune's relatively boring, but he's added quite a lot of interest. And it's the blue notes, the primary baritone part, I think, and he does put some nice bits into it.
Well, it's arranged to make the other parts interesting, isn't it?
Yes,
That's
it
what
is.
he's done.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
it is.
I mean, as a duet player, it's very, very hard to make something around this. But what I've been doing is just kind of picking bits out of the other three parts that make it sound like what it seems to want to sound like.
Right.
Well,
So,
cheers, Philip. Bye.
so Paul, can you manage to keep the tune going with one hand and put in
Yes. Yes.
a few bars of either
Yes,
the
and so some of
notes?
it's chords and some of it's little runs that pick up
Yeah,
little bits from the runs in the other parts
yeah,
here and there.
yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't satisfy Paul Barrett as an arrangement, but but I mean, as a duet player, that's what you have to do if you're reading something with four parts, unless you're clever enough to be able to read all four and actually put them together,
Well, yes,
which is beyond me, certainly.
right. So let's just so that was at 100. We have it at 100, 120 and 140. Let's just try the 120, and then you can play whichever part you want against it. So let's let me get rid of those. Get rid of share screen, that and that. Oops, no, that. Mute everybody. Right. Oh, that's in the wrong place. Okay, so I think this should be the same, but 20% faster. Right, so I found there I was actually getting ahead of the automated one a bit, so I think therefore we need to try the 135, the faster still one. So you'll just excuse me for a moment, switching versions. Oh no, 140. So this is 20% faster still, but it's not a ridiculous speed, so I think we'll be all right. I've actually got to reshare both of these, otherwise it won't work. Right, so same thing again, a bit faster. everybody. Right, unmute people and stop sharing. Right, I feel that would actually work. I don't know how, because I can't hear what anyone else is doing.
Probably a good job.
But I think it would actually work quite well if we were upstairs at Malden and we had at least
Yeah.
people on each part. I think we've exercised the different parts sufficiently that we could actually do it as a harmonious ensemble. But I suspect that's sufficient tumbalalaikering for the moment. Is it? So the next thing on the list was around the room. Brace yourself to volunteer, it says. So who's been playing? Anybody been playing anything for her Remembrance Day or for Bonfire Night or anything? It's where I stare at people until they look guilty.
I've got one I can try for you if you like.
Yeah, go on, Peter. Hold on a minute while I'll mute everybody. Let me mute everybody first. Hang on, my tea's just arriving. I think. Yeah, thank you. Right, I'm muting everybody now, and then I want to find Peter Hill, and I'll ask him to unmute view.
Yeah, can you share screen?
Yes, I can share. What do you want to share?
Yeah, I can put it up for you.
So so you should be able to share.
Right. Okay. Have a go. Have you got that?
Yes. Fall of Paris 38 and 39.
Oh, I messed it up again now, haven't I? I've got a problem in as much as that you're all in front of my music, and if I click on it, it goes away.
You can, if you've got a set, you can in the Zoom pictures of people at the top of it, you can choose just to have one thumbnail or lots of them.
Yeah, well, I think I've managed anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's called The Fall of Paris. That's the siege of Paris, 1870, 1871, from the Franco-Prussian War. Not the First World War. The Germans keep having a go at them, don't they? But,
yeah.
There we are. I'm not going to do the repeats because it goes on a bit. So here we go. I'm just going to start from the beginning.
Just before you do, have you got original sound turned on?
Yes.
Yes.
So.
Right. Good.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
I'll do it again.
Yeah. Go.
You've gone.
You've gone. You've faded out. Oh, I don't think he's got original sound on, and I think Zoom is depressing him. Peter. Hello, Peter.
Hello. My I have to stop sharing.
Well, it's all right. I'm just going to unmute everybody there for a minute. You were fine-ish the first time through, but the second time through, you just sort of faded out halfway through. When you've finished sharing, have you worked out how to stop sharing? Should be a button at the top of the screen. Yes, there you are.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I think I'm on a mobile thing, and I think it packed up.
Oh well.
So
so on your screen in the top left-hand corner, does it say original sound on?
Yes.
It does. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's my connection. It came up unstable.
Oh,
so
okay.
The internet connection was unstable. So
Yeah.
I'm on a mobile thing. I'm not on a hardwired thing. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. It can be a bit problematic.
Sorry about that.
Well, what we did it was very good, Peter. But I say it's about 2/3 of the way through the second time. It just cut out.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But there were some extra notes in there because I don't know, when I'm playing solo, I just get nervous and they're
yes, it's always the bits where there are lots of notes there. You always want to you do them faster than actually necessary, because you think, oh, I've got to get lots of notes in.
Yeah, it's quite a good tune.
Etc. Yes, it's the downhill runs that you have to try not to speed up on there. Yes, very nice. Do you want, if your connection's do you want to give it one more go through?
Oh, you don't really want to hear it again, do you?
Yeah. Go on, go for it.
You want me to put it up again?
Yeah. In the interim,
you got it.
I'll just mute everybody.
Can you see the? Oh, I've got the wrong tune there. Hang on.
We haven't got anything there at the moment.
Oh, I've got a different one.
Like some mice running around on there somewhere.
Have you got? Can you see it now?
No.
Oh well, I'm not sharing screen. That's why.
Not sharing screen. No. In the interim, I'm going to mute everybody and unmute you. So.
Right, have you got it now?
Yes.
Let's try again. Something like that.
Interestingly, you faded out at almost exactly the same spot.
Just before the highest note.
Yes, that's
just
right.
on the highest note.
You were about bar 32, and then suddenly it was just you could only hear occasional squeaks for a bit. And I came back at the end.
Did you hear it then?
I do feel that Zoom is interfering with you, thinking this is not human voice, so I want to suppress it.
Oh, I've got original sound on anyway.
Yeah, all right.
It's probably just as well you couldn't hear some of it because you can complain to you instead of me.
All right. Anyway, if you stop sharing at that point, right. So, anybody else got anything to offer? I'm sure I remember Paul McCann playing something 11th of November-ish.
When?
Pun?
When?
Oh, I don't know.
A while back. What I was going to do, actually, I was thinking of having a go at Battle of the Somme.
Right.
Which I'm sure must be in your book, Paul.
It is, yeah.
It is.
It's probably knowing your book, it's probably in a different key from the key I play it in. But let's have a look at it. I play it in G.
Let's have a look.
You can screen share that in G. That would be marvellous.
Battle of the Somme in D. Yeah, so ignore the book. You just do what you just. We won't look at music. You just play. You play as something.
Well, you see, actually, if you don't read music, it's actually fine to do that. You can transpose it because you just watch where it goes up and where it goes down, and it kind of works.
True. We could put.
I mean, I do that even though I sort of can read music, but if I see something in a different key, I can sort of work it through gradually.
Yeah, well,
we play it slowly anyway. Of course, I'll do it about 3 times.
Hold on a minute. I'll put it up.
Put it up anyway. Yeah, for those.
Paul, on the English, it'd be just playing a row down, I think.
Oh, is that right?
Nicely so. Yes. Yeah. Just move your fingers down one row.
Be careful with the accidental.
Remember to do one more accident, one less accidentals. Right, so what was the sorry, I was just trying to do a one of these, wasn't I?
Yeah, the other problem I've found with this tune is that the sort of Scottish snaps sometimes are on one side and sometimes are on the other side, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some people do them. I've seen it written both ways, so it'll be interesting to see which way you do it.
Indeed.
Well, what I'll do, I'm going to play it the way I play it because that's the only way I know how, really.
Yeah.
And I'll play it in D first, and then I'll play it in G because I can do more with it in G. I'll just do it once through in D, so you know, for those of you that don't know it, if anybody doesn't know how it goes.
Right. Hopefully you can see it now on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Right, hold on a minute while I mute everybody. And then, I don't know whether, Paul, can you unmute yourself faster than I can find you?
There we go.
Yeah.
Right. How's that for volume?
That's okay.
Yeah. G. Well, there's a couple of bummers in there, but
No, very nice.
Thank you.
I hope I didn't. I realised after a while that I was not muted, and did actually start playing along with you in G at
Oh, I
one
didn't
point.
notice.
Well, so no, you might not, but the others, I might have interfered with your thing for a bit, but it was only for a half time through, so it was a
Okay.
right. Yes,
Thank you
yeah. Well, thank
for
you.
that opportunity. How did people get on at translating it from D to G, though?
Well, it's fine. I mean, I'm quite relatively happy for a tune that I know ish.
Hmm.
Um, as you say, you let your eyes follow the ups and downs, and you basically play by ear with the hints from the screen. And on the English, as John said, if it's written in D and you're playing it in G, you just move your fingers one row nearer yourself, and
Yes, okay.
don't play any C sharps and play C naturals. That's all. That's the only adjustment you're having to do.
Hmm.
I managed it quite
That was the
well.
theory, but I think you need a younger brain than mine to be able to do it on the spot at any rate.
Oh dear.
Managed quite well, but with a few slips. And it did mean I lost a sharp from B to G, which helped a bit.
I think that's in G.
Yeah,
Um,
it was, I think.
anyway,
Yeah.
um, right. So there's something else there. Right. Okay. Shall we stop sharing that for the moment? There's another opportunity for more around the rooms if people want to do something else later on. But we are losing a few people to walking dogs and getting vaccinated. So, shall we have a go at Batir de Parmas to keep it
Oh yes.
in our brains. Let me just, so, so I think with this one, we've been doing it quite a bit. I'm still not totally convinced I can play directly straight through the red notes, particularly when it gets into the minor key bit, but we might have a try. Anyway, first of all, let's I'll just play the top line just so we get the pattern in our heads. So let me mute everybody. So remembering the sequence here, there's various bits that repeat, but crucial things to remember are the segno sign at the beginning of the second system, which is why you come back to when at the end of the first line on the second page it says DS. That means dal segno, from the sign. So that first time bar there doesn't repeat back to an early repeat, it repeats back to the segno sign. And then when you come to the second time bar, this is effectively a coda and that's a coda sign to go straight out and to the end. Right, so can I play the minor bit of that? Okay. Yes, well, we'll see. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and come in from the beginning, and you can play along. Or you can play any of the parts, obviously, or just clap or stamp your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Senio. Yes, I need to practice that part of the minor key stuff at the top of the first page. I was doing all right until then. What do we want to do with this one? We've got recordings at different speeds. Yeah, let's let's have a play one of the multi-part things, and then what we might do is I could try. I could play the green notes perhaps, or the other one. But anyway, let's for the moment put up the wherever it is. Wrong. It's like pause when I find my music. Batir de Palmas. We have it at 100, 120, 140 and 160. Let me just try a 140, see what it sounds like. Yeah, I mean, I think we've done it enough weeks that we could try the 140 and see how it goes. If at the end of it people say that's too fast, then we'll slow down to the 120. But let's have a go at the 140. Stop sharing. Share screen. Batia de Palmas and Groove Music. Find the music again. Right, so you're going to get a clapping intro, and then you're in. So, was that too fast?
Was for me.
Let me unmute. Sorry, I need to unmute people. Right, okay.
Yeah, too fast for me.
That was too fast.
Yeah.
Well, I think they'd all be too fast for me to play that little section.
I think it was sufficient.
It was. Well, what I would suggest is having tried it at that speed, let's wind it down one notch and try it at the next speed down, and then and see how that goes. And then right, so let me get rid of that. I did think that was being a bit ambitious, certainly. So 120. Right, so put that one there. Get rid of that. Share that and that. And my participant somewhere else. Oh, right. Lost something. Right. Okay, so mute everybody, and we'll try it at 120. unmute myself. Unmute other people. So was that any better?
Yeah.
Slight shaking of heads.
I'm going to volunteer to do the clapping and the stamping.
Well done.
Jules, are you all right playing the top line?
Not really, no.
Not really.
Oh.
Um,
No
Oh,
more.
yeah, it's just that it's just on that section with the flats in, and it's the third time through. You know, the third time where I don't know. Can you put the music up?
yeah, sure.
So on the second page, starting from there, that on the top line,
Yeah.
it's just that one because of the where is it?
It's where it goes into the minor, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's
Yeah.
on
You got some accidental notes in there.
Yeah.
Yes. No, so yeah, it's the bit
Well,
just
nearly.
before there, yes. With the,
Yes, I put a C sharp in accidentally there, but still. That's
Yeah.
it. Yes. That's. I had to practice. I just took that bar. And just loop around it until my fingers could do it. Because particularly with that the E flats in there, I'm just not used to playing them really. And that,
yes, the E flat button is in a very strange place on my McCann duet. It's,
right. Yes. Yes. I'm not allowing for that really. That's right. Yes, that's the bit that throws me. I mean, when I played it originally, it's that top line of the second page is harder, and it is just a matter, I think, of just taking that and maybe just. Yeah, so, exactly. Just loop. Oh, we could.
It's called practice.
Let me just mute everybody a moment. Right. Then nobody can hear you, whatever you're doing. So I'm just going to try and loop around those 4 bars, slowly-ish at first, and then maybe a bit faster. Yes, take my mind off it there. But basically, you just have to take that and play it not till you can do it right, but until your fingers don't do it wrong is the thing. And that's the way certainly that I sort out things like that, which is what I ought to have done over the last couple of weeks, really, but I didn't. Right, so maybe this is an opportunity, if I stop sharing and unmute everybody, for John to talk about what happens next, because as to whether we want to change some tunes, and if so, is that a candidate for dropping out for the moment, or things?
Okay. Well, the way I was going to play it was just to ask people which tunes they wanted to continue with. A lot of the people here will be Zoom only, so with that sort of focus. In terms of what we play on the 5th of December, there's a select group of us who said we'd go, so I can contact them separately. A lot of them aren't here at the moment, and suggest something and ask for feedback. But Paul, you suggested that was it Tumbalalaika might be a nice one to actually play.
Yes, I think
when we can all hear people playing different parts.
I think it would.
Okay. Well, let's set that aside and just say, thinking in terms of the next Zoom session, do we want to drop any or all of Carol's Waltz, Tumbalalaika and Batia de Palmas? We've done them. I can't say we've mastered Batia de Palmas in particular,
No.
but we have done them all for I think over several sets, going back to the end of September. So does anybody want to suggest any of those for dropping, or any you think we should definitely have another go at?
I'm getting a feeling that we've done Tumbalalaika fairly to death one way and another, really.
Okay, well we'll say.
But that's just me, because for me it's the tune, and the tune hasn't got ever so much in it, as you said, Paul, earlier on.
No.
And I'm trying to make up things around it that fit with what the parts are.
Okay.
But we've done it for about 3 sessions at least, and I think 3 sessions is probably plenty for any of these, really.
Yeah, I think
Otherwise, there's
more
no
than
point rejoining
that,
if you're going over the same old things all the time.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it.
What about Carol's Waltz? Is that time to rest that one as well?
Probably.
Okay. Nobody's voting to retain that one. So the other one is Batia de Palmas. Do we want to persevere?
I think we should learn to play it a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's have it as
Not
homework
today, but another
then,
time.
homework to practice the nasty bits, and
Yes.
we'll have another go next time.
Yeah, it's clearly meant to be quicker than we've been playing it.
Yes, it's a lively tune.
And we think
Now
with Tumbalalaika we might actually have a go with a group of us real live on the 5th, which would
that'd
be
be good,
interesting, and then retire it at that point.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of bringing stuff in, Paul, can I share
Yeah, you can.
something? I'll put the list of tunes that we've got now. Let me see. Have I got this in a form? Chiltinas repertoire. Here we go. Share. Right. Can people see the list of tunes?
It's very small, but yes.
It's a bit small.
We have that list, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can zoom, but it'll only be 2 pages, so I'm afraid people have to stare at the screen. What I was going to suggest, we had Nancy Clough down as a reserve for today. A, it's a lovely tune, and B, I quite like the second part. I haven't written it myself, so I'd suggest we have a go at that. If we don't have time today, or whether or not we have time today, that we bring in Nancy Clough. But there's room for 1 or 2 more tunes, which can either be anything that's there, that means I know I've got the parts for them, or you can suggest something, as long as we've got the sheet music to go along with it. Anybody going to volunteer something?
Trying to read them.
Oh, sorry. Well, let me
No, that's all right.
try zooming. Let me try zooming if
view
I can.
full screen.
That's okay.
Oh well, where do I get that icon?
No,
I've
the
got
view where it
print
says
preview there. I've got Zoom, which I
No.
can use on that one. Let's go
Yeah,
for 100%.
Or page
you're in
width.
print preview there. Close print preview.
Close print preview. Yeah, that's it.
The red cross on the right.
All right, yeah.
Close
Close
that.
that. Right.
Now
above
go
it, above where it was, there's
view.
a menu thing that says view. It says mailings review view.
View.
And
That's
the
it.
view.
Yeah.
Page width. Page width.
Page
See down
width
there?
would be a good thing. Yes.
Page width. I can't see that. I can see print.
It's just below view on
page
there.
width.
Yeah, that's it. There,
Oh,
look at
right.
that.
Oh, that worked. Right. So that's these are the ones that have been old favourites in the past.
Okay.
I continue to scroll down. These are other tunes that we've flirted with on and off over the years.
Yeah.
But I say it doesn't have to be from this list. We can play anything. We've got the sheet music for, and that's not too difficult. Anything?
What's Wallace and Gromit?
Sorry?
What is Wallace and Gromit?
Oh, Wallace and Gromit. Yes,
It's a nice
yes,
tune.
that's
That we ought to do
nice
that.
tune. We got a parts version of that. Should we have a go at that?
Yeah, it's a theme tune to Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, theme tune to Wallace and
Oh
Gromit.
yeah, that's a nice one. That is. That's lovely.
Yep,
It's
okay, well,
challenges, but it's
That's one. Does anybody want to suggest something else? So we got a reserve.
something easier.
Well, there was some slow one further down on the right-hand side at the bottom. If you move, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
What about Sir John
Gray?
Fenix?
Sorry,
Sir John Fenix.
Sir John Fenix.
So John
That's a
Phillips
nice one.
along
Yeah.
I
There
don't
we
know what key
go.
it's in, but or the Woodbridge Assembly is a nice one too.
We've done that a bit.
We've done
Have we?
that
Okay,
relatively
fair enough.
recently.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
No,
Yeah.
Flowers of Ashgill we haven't done for a while, and is another slowish one, isn't it?
Have a go at that if you like. I don't know that one.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
yeah. Well, that's good because I've now got tunes for a sort of bubbling under section
Right.
ready for the next.
Bubbling under.
But in terms of exactly what we do on December the 5th, which will include some Christmas tunes, I'll email people separately with some
So if you-
suggestions and open for comments.
Yeah. If you stop sharing a moment, oops. Oh dear, my background's in the way. Hold on a moment while I just turn my background off because it's interfering with things. Okay, so you can actually see reality behind me. There is this Chiltinas Christmas music things that. Do you have the original PDFs of that, John? Or do you know?
No, I don't. And I can't remember whether I've given my copy back to Ross,
I'm
who
going to
is the
say
custodian of them now. I think he's got paper versions.
Yes.
The booklets that he could bring and hand out to anybody who's there.
Yes.
But I've got a lot of sort of photocopies and so on of most of the tunes. There are some very nice parts tunes in there as well.
That's right. That's what I was suggesting, really.
Yeah. But I don't think we need to decide that now.
No.
There's probably very few of us are actually going to be there on the 5th.
Right.
So
I've got 2 copies, as it seems to turn out here.
Okay, well I'll check with Ross that he can bring those along.
Yeah.
And as I say, we'll confirm what we're playing then.
It was John McNamara who did that, I think. So I don't think I've ever possessed PDFs of them, but Martin might. Or
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll check. Right. The other thing is in terms of our future schedule, and it's okay if I share again then.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to the website and put, if I can find it. Here we go. Yeah. Am I sharing that?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, Sunday the 14th of November. Here we are. We've got one another Zoom session scheduled for the 28th, but then there'll be the Malden plus Zoom on the 5th of December. So can I check? Are people happy to go ahead with the one on the 30th the 28th as well, or should we discreetly drop that?
I'm happy to host it if I'm happy for it to go ahead, but you need enough people, certainly.
Yeah, well, again, it's probably is anybody would anybody prefer to have just one session rather than two? I mean, we won't have another session until January.
No, I think you're going to get different people, aren't you? Largely.
Well, if Paul's happy to go ahead, we'll go ahead and we'll see what numbers we get.
Yeah.
Right, into the new year. Many thanks for those of you who did reply about the 25th birthday session, but I've had very few positive replies. So at the moment, it's 3 or 4 people who are going to be there. Now, well, that doesn't include me and Martin and others who I know would turn up, but we're not going to have a very good turnout, I don't think.
Mine. I've said yes today.
Yes, yeah, thanks, Jules. Yeah, and I think Stella, I've got a list here.
I hope to be in the south of
Jules,
Spain. I mean,
Jules, Paul McCann,
Yeah.
Philip, and probably Ross. Then there'd be me and Martin. Maybe Tracy. I haven't seen Tracy for a while, I must admit.
Yeah,
but
so
we're
might be
not
okay.
going to get a large number, and the hope was we'd attract a number of people who sort of haven't been to recent sessions.
Have we got sort of former members that you can go out to?
Yeah, I mean it's all gone out to them, but I say I've had no comeback from them.
Oh dear.
So I'll need to confirm it with the organisers for the session. But from my point of view, it'd be a good idea to put it back until we can build up to normal as far as the Malden sessions are concerned, which the way things are going is going to be much later next year, I would think. Anyway, if anybody's got any comments on that, I'm all ears. But as I say, I fear we haven't really got sufficient people to make it a decent do.
Would it be any better if you moved the date slightly?
Well, there was
It's a nice
one
idea to have
person
it
who
on
said
the
they
6th.
could make the 13th instead of the 6th, but I suspect that's not really the problem.
No, okay.
I think a lot of people are still quite shy of coming to a physical session.
Yeah, well, we had a good turnout in October, didn't we?
I think we had 7 people. I mean, you can add 5 or 6 from John Warren's group.
I was going to say, where's all the Anglos? You see, they might do it. Mightn't they?
Yeah. Well, I'll check with John as well. But
Is that sort of run as a separate group then, the Anglo group?
it does nowadays. Years ago, everybody played together, but there were several beginner Anglo players who joined. And it was much better for them if John sort of individually coached them downstairs.
But they get all of your communications, John, do they?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Yeah, and I have had replies from.
Okay.
But
Oh, it's a pity if there's not much interest for that February date, though.
it is, as I say, I haven't got too many of the organisers present at the moment, but we'll confirm and let people know.
I mean, what do you think you'd need? I mean, would a dozen do it, or you need more than that?
Yeah, I think if we've got a dozen and 6 people downstairs, then that's reasonable. We'd get through a cake.
We can always do cake, John.
Yeah, we might need 2 cakes, yeah. But
I would like to be there, but I'm
yeah, I know. Well,
I'm in
that's
south of Spain. Yes.
that's the other thing. There, as I say, there are some people who can't make that date. So, well, I'd say I'll leave it hanging open because I'm not going to make the decision on my own. But at the moment, it's not looking good.
It's a shame.
But I mean, we would have, I think, Zoom sessions on those dates in any case, and possibly even Malden sessions. But as I say, if there's only going to be 6 or 7 of us there upstairs, then it doesn't feel like much of a 25th birthday do. I think maybe we should save that for later.
It's a bit like the Queen having an official birthday in June, isn't it? They move the birthday to some other date, I suppose.
Well, we regard it as our birthday year next year.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was it. So there will be a Zoom session on the 28th, and there will be a Malden session run by Paul and Zoomed by Paul on the 5th of December, which I'll sort the agenda for that out later.
Okay, if you stop sharing.
Yep, sorry.
Was somebody going to say something then?
Yeah, I just noticed that Kate said she could come.
Sorry?
Kate in the chat said she might be able to do it if she included
okay.
it.
Well,
it won't be hard for me to make a trip up north. I can do it when I like, so I can come on the way through.
That'd be good.
That's good. Well,
Include me.
okay, the numbers are creeping
I am
up.
an Anglo.
I think if all the organisers are coming and John's got a reasonable group, maybe we can go ahead on the 6th, isn't it? Yeah.
Tracy's got some problems at the moment. I know that. But
sorry.
Tracy has some problems at the moment.
Oh, right.
I've been in touch with her as well, and it's she's going through a difficult time with getting connected to things and so on. But yeah, she might be okay by then. You never know.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole new year.
It is.
She's like me. She's a carer, so yeah, we have our problems. Oh, I might have to bring Megan. Is that okay?
And Megan is?
Megan's my daughter.
Oh yeah, well yes, certainly.
Could loan her a concertina. We're at the end of the 2 hours really, and rather than go on to Nancy Clough, I wondered whether just to finish off, as a remembrance thing, we could do another slow war remembering tune, and Adieu les filles de mon pays is one such. Even if you don't know it, you have to play. Can people see that on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me find my participants again. So if I mute everybody for a moment. So that's the tune, and I think we could probably do that speed fairly on, and just struck me that it was something suitable to the day. So this is a goodbye from the soldiers as they march away. So you're going to get the last 4 bars of an A part, and then come in and. a bit faster marching speed. And again, slightly faster still. And one more. Sharing. Was everybody all right playing that? Right, so that's time's up as far as I'm concerned.
Well done, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks,
Well
Paul.
done.
Thanks.
Oh,
So 2 weeks time, the same thing, but with new tunes. And
Thank you,
then
Paul.
5th of December at Malden. Okay, bye everybody.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thanks, then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Jackie. Bye all.